Good afternoon. I'm Camille Snowden Holbert with Morningstar Arts Creative, and we are kicking off Museum Store Sunday as we talk about our project and our collaborations with Savannah African Art Museum, our digital print collaborator with Print All Over Me, and a few details about our upcoming project called Project S.M.A.R.T, Studios Making Art and Reproduction Textiles, which will have another live stream in December on the 16th. So I'm going to give everybody a few minutes to kind of check in because we're doing this on YouTube. And the goal is that if you find any of these projects that we're doing interesting, we're going to have some tutorials. We're also going to do some live streams, and we're also going to have some Zoom sessions for instruction. So all of these activities are free, and it's part of a collaboration with Savannah African Art Museum, where they're offering Saturday workshops. And due to COVID, normally we would be in person. So I would be actually doing this workshop at the museum, but because of COVID, they're closed, and we're doing a series of pre-recorded videos, which you can access at the museum website. And I have some links that I'm going to put up on the screen as I walk through the process that we use to make the mask and create the assemblage. And we're working our way into the final project, which is going to be applique, a step 3, and culmination of Kwanzaa, which wraps up our fall harvest program, and also introduction into our next object of art. So to start off, what I'm going to do is pick up one of these calories. So one of the ideas of the activity is that we focus on an object of art. And each of these objects you can find in the museum. Masks, some of the textiles, the cloths, the cowrie shells. And then what our goal was is to create something like a reproduction textile, not the actual textile, but something like it, which is why we used assemblage. And we're kind of pulling together all our art skills to create something that we actually produced as a digital print. So those are the masks that you'll see that we're going to be selling for Museum Store Sunday. All the proceeds will go to M.S.T.A.R. Arts Project S.M.A.R.T to get us started. So also there is a code. It's Big Black Friday for 50% off, I think. Our host, which is Seed to Fiber Textile Art Program, also has a code that we can use after Cyber Monday, I think. So this series of activities where the masks and digital prints will be on sale will go all the way through Giving Tuesday. So if you don't purchase the mask, you can donate. If you're not able to donate, we're definitely looking for virtual volunteers. So if you're following us and you'd like to volunteer, you'd like to be a virtual volunteer for one of the workshops, we're definitely in need of that. Why that's so is because one of our partners, the Boys and Girls Club, is not allowing for volunteers to come in for the safety of the kids. So what they're wanting is creative and unique live streams that they can provide to the kids. And then as the time goes on and COVID gets better, we're able to actually go in person and deliver some of these activities to them at their Boys and Girls Club. So what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to show on the banner the link to the mask. So if you're interested in purchasing a digital print mask, not making one of these masks that I'm going to talk about in a second, but the digital print mask, which you'll see on our Facebook page, you'll see on Instagram, and I'll be posting it throughout the day. You can contact me if you like to. You can actually just look at this link, copy it, and access the mask right from there. Secondly, I'm going to talk a little bit about Morningstar Art's creative project S.M.A.R.T, which is studios making art and reproduction textile. A reproduction textile is something kind of like, how can I explain it? Something that's made from a historic period of time or a specific technical or textile art process. So an example would be something that we're doing with the Savannah African Art Museum with Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is part colors, which are the red, green, and black, but also you will find kente cloth used as kind of a background to Kwanzaa. So there is a kente cloth exhibit at the Savannah African Art Museum that we're going to be incorporating into our final Kwanzaa project. Previously, we've been working with Cuba Cloth, and why I say it's a reproduction is because Cuba Cloth is actually woven. And what we used was burlap, which you see in this assemblage right here. And we used the cowrie shells as kind of a background to the design. And we used some reproduction fabrics, which are these here that kind of have the Cuba Cloth prints on them. And what we're reproducing this is as an assemblage. And what we did was we created different textures and patterns using some of the geometric shapes that you'll find in Cuba Cloth. There's also an exhibit at the Savannah African Art Museum. So if you want to familiarize yourself with the textures and the patterns and the fibers that you used in making some of these cloths, it would be helpful when you get to the reproduction stage. So excuse me for kind of hesitating on that, because some people get reproduction textiles and fabrications mixed up because there's different processes and different materials involved. So I don't want to get too technical today because we're just kind of going over a little bit of what we're doing. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the YouTube channel where you can find this. So in the banner, I put the YouTube link. I think that everyone has this. I'm not sure if they do or not, but I'm going to leave this up briefly because we'll be live streaming to YouTube and then kind of transitioning into Facebook for those who use Facebook. And then we'll have some demos, quick 10-second demos that are great on Instagram. And the kids are going to be doing the demos. My nephew just recently did one for splatter painting, but of course he had his own technique. You have to watch the video to see what he did. And believe me, that came out in our mask that we made, the digital print version of it, as well as the creative assemblage part. The next thing is the museum, our museum partner, Savannah African Art Museum. A little bit about the project and how it came about. We're doing Saturday workshops, which is a free activity. You don't have to pay for any of this. All you have to do is just either visit the museum. Well, without COVID, you would visit the museum. But for right now, we're doing a virtual kind of workshop. But what you do is just go to the museum website, hit the link, and there is a step-by-step visual video, and then also there's written instructions. So I'm going to scroll on up to the last. There we go. That's the link that you're going to go to. And like I said, you'll be able to access the video. These videos are specific to the Savannah African Art Museum website. So you can link on to there. If you're looking anything specific for what Morningstar Arts Project S.M.A.R.T's doing and their host Seed to Fiber Textile Art program. We'll have some of those links available later in December. But right now, I'm just trying to give you a quick rundown, answer any questions, just give you a preview of what it is we're doing. And I will be posting the information for the next live stream, probably December 3rd. That'll be this Wednesday. And look for us on our Facebook page, M.S.T.A.R. Arts Creative, or look for me, Camille Holbert, and I will have that information for you. Again, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you later on in December.